Good morning, y'all. This is Debbie Arnold with Dining with Debbie. Thank you for joining me today. We're going to be making one of the simplest pies that you can possibly make today, and that is key lime pie. Now, I don't indulge in it too often because it does have a lot of calories in it, but it is so good and one that I think your family, your friends will all enjoy. We're going to start with 2 cans of sweetened condensed milk. Now, this is not evaporated milk. This is sweetened condensed milk, whatever brand you choose to buy. And you want to make sure that the date on it is good. This is one thing that will, sweetened condensed milk will change colors on you after it ages, so you definitely don't want that. My husband tells a story about when he was growing up and his mother would make lemon icebox pie, which uses sweetened condensed milk. He always wanted to help her because then he always got to lick the can or spoon the can or whatever he might do. I don't know how he did it because that stuff is so sweet. All right, so we have 2 cans of sweetened condensed milk, and to that we are going to add a half of a cup of sour cream. Not every key lime pie recipe uses sour cream, but this one does, and I happen to like the way it tastes. So about a half of an 8-ounce container. I'm just eyeballing this. You can measure it out, which I probably should, but I got it. Okay. Sorry. All right. In here I have already added, what I like to add to this is some crystallized lime. Now you can find this in the grocery store. It's called True Lime, and I keep it in lemon and lime and orange because it really kicks up the flavor of goods when I use that. If I'm, of course, using the lemon, I like to use it in lemonade and tea if I'm using or making sweetened lemon tea. But you can find that, and you don't have to have this. If you can't find this or you don't want to buy it, you don't think you're going to use it, then you might even add in like a 1/4 teaspoon of lime extract, and you can find that. You don't have to have either one of them, but I do think that it adds to the recipe. Another thing that I'm going to do, I buy bottled key lime juice. It's hard to find key limes this time of the year in my area, and when I find them when they're in season, I buy them and I will zest them and juice them and store that in the freezer, but I don't happen to have that right now. This works. This is Nellie and Joe's famous Key West lime juice from concentrate. I don't use that lime stuff that comes in the thing, the little plastic bottle that looks like a lime. That's an off taste to me. If that's okay with you, then you could use that. It's just not a good taste for me. And there is a difference between key limes and regular limes. Key limes are much smaller. They're going to be about the size of, a little bit larger than, or not larger than a pecan, smaller than a walnut kind of thing. Anyway, so I've added in 4 packets of that crystallized lime, and let me put this up real quick. This recipe does not have eggs in it, by the way. All right. So, and that, here's my, right here I have 2/3 of a cup of key lime juice that I'm going to add in there. And what I'm also going to do is to add in the squeeze of 1 regular lime because I want the lime zest off of here. And so I'm going to go ahead and use the lime juice anyway. So I'm going to zest this first. This is a microplane, and this is the way I do it. And I just zest it into the mixture that I already have. You don't want to get that white stuff that's in there. That's pith, and it's not good to eat. So we're going to do that. And I like the way that it adds color to it as well. Another thing that I don't do, that some people do, is they make a meringue for their key lime pie. I prefer just a dollop of whipped cream on there. And if I'm making it for guest, if I'm making it for a dinner party or whatever it might be, if I'm taking it somewhere, then I will go ahead and use the whipped cream and decorate around the edges and add some lime slices to it to kind of make it pretty. But for us, what I will do is I'll just whip up some whipped cream after a while, and then as I serve it, I'll just put a dollop of whipped cream on the top. And another thing you can do when you're doing that is if you'll grate, some more lime zest and sprinkle it over the top of that whipped cream, it really makes a pretty presentation. So, all right, so see all that zest that's in there? You know the microplane was created in Russellville, Arkansas, which is not too far from me, and I have a number of different variations of it. So I highly recommend that you get one. I use mine all the time. All right, I'm going to take a minute and stir that up just a little bit, and then I'm going to squeeze this lime. If you will put your limes and lemons in the microwave for 20 to 30 seconds prior to using them, and then roll them on the countertop, really mash them down, then you will get a lot more juice out of them. So, all right, I'm going to squeeze this into the mixture I already have. I just like the way that it perks up the taste. And like I said earlier, you can certainly use all fresh limes that are in the market right now if you want to, rather than key limes. But it's not a true key lime pie unless you use key limes. So, all right, so we've gotten that done. And just to refresh your memory, mine too, we have 2 cans of sweetened condensed milk. We have 4 packets of crystallized lime, right here, that true lime. We have the juice of 1 lime and the zest of 1 lime. And we have a 2/3 cup of key lime juice and a 1/2 cup of sour cream. I'm going to mix that up really well. And I have already prepared a graham cracker crust. Now, honestly, I bought this one. You can make your own from scratch. Most people know how to make a graham cracker crust. If you don't, there's usually directions on the box or easily obtained off the internet. But I don't use a box of graham crackers before they get old, so I generally just buy the crust that's already made. And this is a larger one. But what I did was I brushed it with an egg wash, and then I put it in a 375-degree oven for about 5 to 6 minutes. So let that set up and bake just a little bit. It does give it a little bit nuttier taste. Now, if I'm making this from scratch, if I'm making that crust from scratch, I'm going to add in some finely chopped almonds to it, and it just makes a really different taste to it. Hold it in my space. Oh, here it is. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put this, of course, into my pie crust. And I'm going to pop it into a 350-degree oven for about 5 minutes, and that's all. You don't want it to brown or anything. Some people will use food coloring to green this up. I don't. Nothing wrong with it if that's what you want to do, but I just don't do that. I don't really see the need for it. All right, so I'm going to put this in the oven, let it cook up for about 5 to 6 minutes. Then I will take it out, cool it down, and chill it in the refrigerator for several hours before I serve it. So this is key lime pie, pardon me, and I'll come back and try to show you later how it looks when it's all presented.